And we are back after a couple of weeks break. Dragonbane, Secrets of the Dragon Emperor. Well, none of us remember what happened. So, let's have a little recap about what happened last time. You were standing on the outskirts of Fort Malus, where you released a nature spirit from beneath the bowels of the fort, trying to help Tylos and his dragon knights find this gold that they were seeking. The nature spirit was released and then destroyed the fort by helping the tree that was inside the courtyard grow to such a size that it was rendered obsolete. Tylos' dragon knight friends were killed in the action. You rescued an elven woman, perhaps the friend who you were asked to help to save from the fort.
We hope so.
Perhaps. There is the case of the man who you met hiding in the forest, whose friend, unfortunately, you could not save because he had already been burnt at the stake. But more imminently, Hoisin's idea was to block the gate of the fort so that Tylos could not escape the destruction.
Oh, wow, what a good idea. That's great.
But since then, I think we've determined that the iron rings to open a gate of a fort are usually on the inside. I think you're on mute, Mikey, but
perhaps for the best.
We got medieval milsim expert Laurie to weigh in.
Fluent expert.
Yeah. He's played a shit ton of chivalry, so he must know.
Yeah, and he did make a relatively good point around the point of having handles on the outside.
Door knockers.
No, I don't think knockers come into this, Mikey. We're talking about door handles.
Maybe it's circular you can prop open.
Stay away from those. Point.
So the options before you are proceed with the plan to try and contain Tylos. The growth of the tree is sort of going and sort of coming to a halt as it gets to this full height. No guarantee that he will be killed by the tree. He will also be able to hop over the wall and sort of engage you that way. Or you sort of continue to act as his allies. And, after 3 weeks of this problem being on the mind, surely we have some amazing solutions.
Michael, would you like to remake your case for instigating hostilities with Tylos now, in the knowledge that your clever ploy for skipping an actual fight with him is not going to work? Slightly meta, but I think it's for the best that we consider that information in the decision.
Well, see, I'm torn because there's all the elements that come into play. There's the playing the character that's the impulsive, heroic knight who stands his ground and does what he thinks is right, and the balance between playing as a party and playing the fact of the thing. What I would like to do, or thought about doing, was what I probably should have done, which is to role play the actual decision before making it. And I guess if we take the moment in character, in that my understanding is we've got out of the fort quite a long time before he has. He's still scrambling through branches, trying to get all his best armor and horse before he comes out. So we've probably got about 2 or 3 minutes to make a decision. Is my thinking. GM, would you agree?
Yeah, I think we can say you're a couple of minutes ahead. He had to go and get his horse from his stable and all this. So
my thinking is we bust out the gate. We shut it as best we can, but we know it's not. As we all know, you can't lock a castle gate from the outside. So we're all very, we've all known this from day one.
Sure.
And yeah, Hoisin would seeing the others probably starting to kind of almost act to leave, kind of yell to them and say, "My friends, we have a chance to take out this evil knight who's done so much harm to the land, and who will surely hunt us down when he sees we've rescued his prisoners that he likes to torture. We've got no means of escape. He's on a horse, we're on a donkey. I say we stand and fight and rid this evil, horrible man from the world and use the advantage of being battered by a tree to our best credit. Take him now before he hunts us down out in the wild or does more harm to any other innocent souls out there."
It is a noble case you make, my cracking friend, but I've not reached this mature state like a fine wine by making too many rash decisions. Do you really believe you can take down a mounted dragon knight of such repute?
Well, if we
I
don't,
do not
he'll
wish
hunt.
to die for your impulsive nature.
If we don't take him down now, he'll take someone else out, and they'll be on our shoulders. The blood will be on our hands. And more importantly, our blood will be in his hands when he runs us down on a fucking knight on a sword on a horse in about 2 minutes' time anyway. Whereas if we now pounce as he escapes through this fence, this gate, we at least might have the advantage of surprise.
I too do not wish to be seen as a turncoat or a coward, and I'm no fan of the methods of the Dragon Knights so far as we have seen them so far. However, we have a greater quest to find the true nature of what's going on with the statuettes and with the Dragon Emperor, and currently we know almost nothing about this man or his faction, other than that his methods are unsavory. Would it not be better to learn more before we become murderers of an important NPC?
What?
You heard me.
A not particularly charismatic knight. Yes.
That's correct. Yes.
Knight spelled with a K, right?
Well, no, I take your point that if we'd be murdered now, then the mission will not be complete. But I don't know how else we escape from this anyway, other than hiding in that bush until he goes away.
That sounds perfect to me.
It is quite a nice bush.
That's what she said. Archibald will say, I mean, we're probably running out of our extra time here. We'll just say, you saved my generously proportioned behind many times so far. Hoisin, if this is important to you, we'll have your back. But please consider the needs of the party before the needs of the self. We're communists here.
Well, yeah, I'm not thinking of myself. I'm thinking of the harm and the evil he can do in the world. But
Are you?
yes,
Are you?
yes. Does Marcel seem to echo that support, or is he just like?
I don't know what Marcel
is he
echoed.
already in the bush? Is he 1 foot in the bush?
Marcel is like
Clank, clank, clank.
a fairly noble character, but it is also certainly a realist, and probably doesn't massively fancy his chances of completing the grander quest. But I think on balance, he'd probably, if these two souls were showing him up as being more noble, he'd probably go with them
Which they kind of are.
and try and help them not to die. So he'll echo that that sentiment from the bush, and I just found a nice spot, and now you've got to make me die out here. Ugh. If this was
Your bravery will
the
be remembered
noblest
through the ages.
goals, I suppose you do have one good point. He's quite the fanatic, and he may already hunt us down anyway, since we have freed his prisoner. And also, I'm getting a little tired of all this walking around. Maybe I should just lay myself to rest here.
You're a noble knight. I'll fight by you any day.
So you are nobly hiding in the bush?
Sounds like noble. I'd nobly like to do is nobly tuck our injured prisoner to the bush,
Mm-hmm.
and then as best we can, I suppose, lay in wait to spring a surprise as he bursts through the gate. Try and whatever we can do.
I must
To get the advantage.
insist, however, my duckling friend, that this is not an entirely ignoble act. He is a knight. I am a knight. Maybe you will hide in the bushes, but I will be on the road.
No, you want to take? Oh, okay, fine. Well then, Hoisin stares him down and agrees. If we're going to do this, we'll do it in the most noble fashion we can. Phalanx positions.
Well, gentlemen, please, let's reconsider just for a little moment here. It is a component of nobility is no doubt strategy. You'll need some long-range firepower from the back line, surely.
Yes. No, Archibald, take position over by the bush. Guard the prisoner.
Yes, my thoughts exactly. My strategic mind was already at work before we even left the fort.
He's definitely 1 foot in the bush.
I'll take an artillery position right here in this bush.
Marcel, I'll join you on the front line. We lay down our spear, we lay down our shields. Not literally, I mean we lay them down towards him in a fighting position, not laying down on the floor.
My little friend, I expect we will both be lying down by the end of this, but as heroes. Big dead heroes.
Speak for yourself, I'm 2 foot tall.
Small, noble, dead heroes. So we're going to die then.
So you're
do it.
standing your ground.
Yep.
To take on Tylos.
For death and
Apparently,
glory.
we ended there. Yeah.
Is there any? Are you blocking the gate at all, or are you just gonna
I think we decide nothing to do, just, as he comes out, it's
just
face him down.
confront him?
Well,
Confront him.
I think blocking the gate would be a good idea, but I thought we'd established that
Yes.
we couldn't because there aren't any. There are only knockers and not fastenings on the outside.
Yeah,
Possibly just one knocker.
yeah.
Like blocking it would be a good idea because then he's less likely to ride out on a horse.
That was
But-
my thinking, but
It's not an option.
Yeah, I think it's gonna break verisimilitude if there is simply a gate with a pull ring on the outside. I simply cannot abide it in this realistic universe.
I think it's the 2 pull rings that's the issue. I'm sure there is one as a knocker, but you couldn't fasten it from just the one.
You won't give it up.
I won't. There would be a bloody
Dog
knocker.
with a bone.
Speaking of which, I forget I have a dog. I need to remember that because an extra creature in combat,
You're like a dog with a knocker.
like a dog and a knocker. Dog and a knocker.
A boy without a winkle.
But which ghost comes out of the knocker
Oh, indeed.
when you try
Do
to
we?
knock it?
Will we adding our heroic ability before this goes down? Is it some kind of
Yes,
like
please.
Super Saiyan power up moment that we, in our bravery, find new depths of strength and ability?
Yeah, what happens with Marcel is he stands in front of Hoisin as usual, and prepares his defensive stance that he's just he's been working on. I think actually that makes the most sense for
That does
Marcel.
make sense.
He has been crafting his own personal, mode of defensive combat, and he finally thinks he's got it down, as he takes the defensive heroic ability.
Hoisin finds a burst of willpower within him as he takes the focused ability to gain 2 extra willpower, but then stumbles as he can't possibly figure out how on earth in alchemy.com to add it to his buddy character sheet, as he's been trying to for the last 40 minutes.
All right. You stand in front of the Fort Malus gate. The tree expanding ever higher above you, creaking as it reaches its final height. The gate bursts open. Tylos, on his charger, flies out. And he comes to a halt in front of you. And so you're saying that the elven prisoner Iliel is hiding in the bush over where
Yeah.
Archibald is, okay. So he's sort of in a bit of he's in a very heightened state, and he's saying, my erstwhile allies, I'm glad that you have survived where my dragon knights have died. Foolish as they were to attempt to take down this foul creature. And he turns and he looks at the fort and he says, this fort is no use to me or my order now. I must retreat. I must regather my strength. And I must continue the search. The search for something to appease the dragons who live in the peaks. For we need their help to defeat Sathbog. Are you with me? And you say, die, fat pig.
This would be your cue, Hoisin. This is your thing.
Oh no, man.
This is your moment. An interesting plan, Tylos. Well, how about a different one? Prepare to die, you scoundrel. I throw a spearing.
Oh wow.
Surprise round.
It's an ambush.
I think one of you is ambushing.
Maybe Hoisin is ambushing from behind Marcel's shield.
You really could pop up, like a proper little pop-up ducky.
Pop-up ducky.
Oh no, I really want a pop-up ducky. I don't really know what it is, but I want it.
Oh, one in my life. I feel like my life would be improved by a pop-up ducky.
Pop-up ducky for the bath. Right, let's get him on the board. Token.
Dog. Oh yes, dog.
Dog.
Marrow.
Doge token. So we'll say
Doge
that's
token.
we'll say Archibald is over where the bush is. But
I still have control of my Doge token yet.
No, and you never will.
That word is not allowed now.
Yeah, that's true.
Was it ever?
Not
Good
It was
point.
always shite.
All right. Well, it's Tylos's turn.
What a bloody surprise!
Why is he? What's going on with this token? There's 2 people.
Yeah,
Give
this
us
is
some
the
context.
Dragon Knight token. Unfortunately, this is the other 2. Tylos doesn't have any official artwork. Unfortunately,
Yes. He's such a NPC of high ramifications to the plotline, clearly.
It's going to be of high ramification to your face.
It may surprise you to
really
learn.
Be busy sending me books to make lots of cool art.
Yeah.
Want to move my dog?
Excuse me, Hoisin. Did you?
What?
It's not your
Behind
turn.
him.
You can't move.
I'm just why am I not blind?
You're not allowed to move.
No, we are at this point. We're heroically
No.
side by side.
Oh Lord!
Right now, let me just quickly read his skills.
As if he hasn't already read them
I'm
70
sure. I'm
times.
sure
anyway.
it's very quick.
knows
Very
exactly
quick.
which skills he wants, and you'll hear in his voice if it's a skill he wants or not. He rolls his little dice.
I've got my
His little dice of doom.
I've got my skill rotation all sorted.
Baby.
Like I'm playing WoW.
Eat
right.
everything.
So I will spend 1 willpower.
I will. Will you? Will I? Not Tylos. Are you
Yes.
embodying the murderous Dragon Knight now?
For the ability Veteran, which means I get to keep my initiative next round as well.
Oh, I have words that I would like to use for you, but I'm not going to use them.
Now let's see. I've got defensive, which means I can parry without consuming action. And I've got double slash. I can attack 2 enemies within 2 meters with a single slash. So
Is
Very,
he,
very-
Yeah,
he
let's try
play,
that.
is he playing? Are you playing him like a character? You know, like got this whole random dice roll to
no, so only monsters have dice tables.
Okay, so you're just playing him like tactically.
Like he has a brain, yeah, which is a bit insulting to the monsters, but
Yeah, we fought some. Well,
I guess
we fought any smart monsters, not ghosts and stuff. No, everyone ghosts or giant
Big-
hippos.
big dumb troll.
Yeah, big dumb troll. Yeah.
Yeah, well
So
I
his
think
action, his willpower wasn't an action then.
Hmm.
That says was that a free action he gets to use veteran? Is it?
it does say it does not cost it's not an action, but I will be using the double slash, which costs 3. And I think he just comes at you with burning zeal in his eyes, and he says, "If you are not on my side, then you are on the side of Sathmog."
Well, not strictly speaking.
Yeah, he went there. He did the line, the Sith line. He deals in absolutes. That's how you
Yes.
know he's a bad guy.
Exactly. Long sword.
That's the wrong thing. I rolled the damage.
Gonna say.
It's been a while. Well, it's a 2. Close to a critical on both of you's 2s. So that means I do hit you both. I have to roll damage separately.
I just again forgot. I was like, oh, 2, he's failed. Thank God. No, that's the other way around.
I use my defensive ability to parry using willpower.
Very good.
And not to
So
lose my
it's
action.
a hit, but it's hit us both, so we both have to treat it now like a,
Yes.
like a hit has happened.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
it's quite powerful, isn't it? Using
Yeah.
one
Now
attack
roll
to-
sword.
He's
to-
basically attacked both of you at the same time.
Yeah, it's also 2d8 damage, which
We're fucked.
No. Don't be daft.
parry.
Oh, don't I need to add the...
Fuck off.
don't I need to
I'm
add...
not starting this battle. We're getting my head cut off.
Push it.
Question: If we do all die, what
Look,
what
don't
penalty
manifest
does
it.
Michael have to do?
Oh, yeah, let's manifest that.
I mean, we can take it offline, but I just wanted to log it that I think he should have to go in the stocks or something for a bit.
Stocks. Stockings.
Yep, or both. Stocks
Yeah,
and
both
stockings.
Both would be great.
Love it.
You
Love
can
it.
play as a cactus man in Wild Sea in stockings in the stocks.
The cactus man. I will use.
Thick Jack Clot sits in the stocks and get pelted by rancid tomatoes.
I will use. Fast footwork to dodge.
Okay.
Willpower.
This is really, truly going to be a battle of the willpower, I think. Now that we all have things worth spending it on, and he clearly
Yes.
does too.
Yes.
Yes. Hiya.
Oh, that's a dodge for sure.
Snapper doodle.
Critically evading.
Does that add anything to it? Do I get a boon on my riposte or
You'll...
what's the...
Do I
No,
get a little present?
That's a crit on a parry, isn't it? You get to hit back.
Oh,
Is
yeah.
there, are there rules for a crit on
I
an
think
evade?
that is a thing.
No crit evade, but you get to roll it for XP later. So
This is true. I mean, this is certainly nothing to.
Certainly nothing to sniff at.
How come I've
Nice.
done all this parrying and never done a crit on one?
Yeah.
All right.
All I've got to do is parry.
All right, Hoisin, you're up.
Sweet and down. Well, I mean, if let's treat it as if it was that good, because this was a proper, like, the classic sweep over, slide under, and spear up. So it's a proper dodge. It does lead into a specific long spear attack, which just looks cool. Not extra effective. It looks awesome, guys. It looks really cool. Looks really cool. I mean,
How cool? How cool?
Wait, no, I fucked it. I did the same as Olly. He's affected my mind.
I have a thought.
Yes.
I have a tactical opportunity available to us.
Okay.
Run away.
That if Marcel, if you were to hold, I don't know, Marcel shouts, "Hang on just a moment, I will rip him from his horse." If you were to hold your action, we might be able to do something tacticale here.
I love it. Does it?
Since
Yeah.
you-
Mucho
Yeah,
tactically.
what is the benefit of his being on a horse? Is there actually a?
So he can use riding instead of his weapon skill, which does not really make sense here because his swords are better than his riding. I think that's about it. I think that's all I sort of read.
I think
must
you
be
can only use the
something,
lance if you're on horseback, if he's got one.
That's the yes. That's the advantage. Surely is yes.
Yeah.
Also, he can move freely, very far.
Yes.
The other benefit, we've never actually fought a prone enemy, but should we fight one? Should it be possible to succeed in pronifying him?
Yep.
Then
So
we would do extra damage and be more likely to hit.
No. This sounds good. I mean, not metagaming it too much because we don't know. But is he seeming to be equipped with his big old horse lance, or he's got swords?
So melee attacks from the ground get a bane against you.
Melee attacks.
Well, that's already going to make things quite difficult.
But you can also choose to attack the mount.
Right. So you're so get arm melee attacks do bane.
Yes.
Yes. On damage or total?
I wish someone had told me this before I chose not to be a mounted knight, because I think it sounds bollocks, and I would have loved to be the bollocks guy.
Although, would you be? You wouldn't be able to be taking that horse into these dungeons, though. That's the only thing.
I wouldn't be going in.
I
would have spent the whole campaign going, "I am a knight. I do not go underground."
I want you to go in and loot it for me, actually.
And don't you see, I have an horse. I'm very important. Yes, it would have been good. I think we all would have.
Yeah, that does sound really great. I'm really sad that didn't happen.
Does he ever? Yeah. Did he definitely got his saddle? Yeah.
He's got his saddle. Yes, he's not bareback as a knight.
How much?
I say that. Do you listen to Marcel and?
No, mate. You seem excited by it. I'm up for it. I mean, yes.
I've been sitting on using this combo for some time.
Now's the time. Let's fire it off. So it's a fake out then. So he goes for the slide under the attack, goes for a spear, but actually just holds it and waits while distracting Tylos with his ninja skills. But he actually holds space, and will hold my attack.
Manifests.
Well. If Archibald does the same, is it then the turn of this guy?
I take the dog's turn.
Archibald may not need to, actually. I don't know if it makes more sense.
I don't think
Archibald
probably does he?
Probably not.
That's not a melee attack. So if he's doing a fireball, it sounds like
mine's ranged, and as such, it probably seems sensible to get as much damage on as humanly possible.
Yep, that's the game.
All right. Right. So yeah, we'll a fireball out at the still horsed Tylos.
Does this have a splash tag? Does it get him and the horse?
No. I haven't seen any. I don't think there's any area of effect anything at level 1. which makes sense. And it's another reason why I need to find some magical books to teach me how to do better spells. This is a success. And as a result, we deal 2d6 fire damage and set fire to flammable objects.
Like horses.
Like clothes, but I think that's a bit rich. The Pokemon takes a burn.
It's good.
Question for you, Milo. How do you work out what the armor rating of the shields are?
There is no armor rating of the shield. It just exists to be able to parry ranged attacks.
Ah, okay.
Oh, sure you can't parry a fireball, right?
I was just wondering, in
that's a
terms
good
of
question.
the armor, like what his total armor rating is.
Yeah, so no, mine is not added.
Okay, cool. Well, he has an armor rating of 6, so he takes 2 damage from the fireball.
That's not great news for us.
He raises his large shield on his horse, his
Milo
Oh,
kite
is 8.
shield.
It's
Milo's
great
eight.
news for Marcel, who feels like he's better armored than the Dragon Knight.
Well, as you can see in the picture, they're not wearing a great helm, so.
And
Or on a
they
horse.
should be. You should always wear your great helm. That's why Marcel is old.
That's true.
Sure.
But he hasn't got a
Ma-
film deal.
Marrow
Yeah,
the dog. If at any point we could upgrade this icon, this name,
Nope.
be fantastic. No, fine, cool. Marrow the hand of dog also holds
The hand of
The
the
side.
dog.
at the side
Diana.
of his master. Her master.
So, Marcel.
Oh, thank you.
Marcel actually, contrary to every other time you've seen him fight, draws his bejeweled warhammer.
Ooh, shit.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Yes, he
Why
does.
has it got so many jewels on it?
And it dazzles Tylos and he simply falls.
Hey.
He draws his
Hey,
bejeweled warhammer and makes a toppling attack
oof.
on Tylos. Being a warhammer, it has the toppling trait,
Mm.
which will mean in this opposed roll, I have a boon. It will be an opposed roll against Tylos's evade.
Mm.
Tylos, as a man I believe wearing plate armor, will have a bane. On any
Also-
evade rolls.
I feel like
Also,
I'm in
we
a
have to-
fucking Yu-Gi-Oh episode over here.
Yeah,
Really
look, you see why I was kind of
wrong
excited to
Yu-Gi-Oh!
do this.
He also has to use riding as his evade.
Oh, here he comes, Mr. fucking reading the rule book, is it?
Yeah,
I'll be one of
you
the
read it.
weird-
I wasn't expecting there to be like a support action there on this topple attack.
I don't. It doesn't. It says what? Also, riding replaces evade. The lowest of your riding skills. I don't know if his riding might be better than his evade. So I don't know. But
And
Who knows?
furthermore,
and,
one thing,
Oh, no.
Kyber, GM Kyber.
no. Tylos is.
I don't know how
He's not
opposed
going to have
rolls
an
work.
expensive ability to deal with that issue.
His plate armor is made of metal, which means my fireball will incinerate the armor, making it shrink.
Look,
Or expand,
you'll
one of
know
those.
you'll know that Marcel has an incredible amount of experience in being unable to evade things.
Yeah.
So this is right in his wheelhouse.
That's true.
no, it's true. It's
I know
Dodge
that
dodge this, you filthy casual.
he's just like,
I've failed to evade more things than you've had us.
yeah, I think we flash back to the bush, and it's like,
Yeah.
you guys, I know one thing about knights, is that they are shit at evading. We get behind him and we push him over.
And then we just stamp on his head for a while.
Yes. Have you seen the film The King with Timothy Chalamet and Robert Pattinson?
I really don't want to be that shabalalamalabale.
Beg your pardon.
Right.
So pretty.
Right. Well, I need to work out what the
Yes.
riding would be, because what is riding based off of? agility.
What is riding really when you think about it?
Well, if you don't have a skill, it's 5. But I suppose that wouldn't make sense.
No.
In this case.
Yeah.
Oh, it's riding's agility. To get up on horse and ride, you need to roll full riding. Page 55.
You know what? I'm just going to use evade because
Hold up.
with a bane.
Oh yes, and I roll.
Because
I'll have to spend a further 2 willpower to attack using swords instead of warhammers. That's the final piece of my puzzle. Because it would be pretty awkward if I did this and had to beat a 5.
Yeah. Okay, so he fails evade.
Roll with boon.
Well, doesn't the bane against him being mounted cancel out the boon?
I suppose it would.
But you pass both, so it's fine.
Pass both. Get the build.
Yeah.
Casual. As Tylos swings by with his double slash, Marcel hooks his warhammer into the on the underside of the gorget and just drags him down.
Double.
That is so fucking cool. He's now just writhing in the dirt.
Writhing in the dirt.
Marcel, it does not kill things.
Well,
I'm gonna everything else.
I'm gonna spend 3 willpower to
Yeah.
try and parry this attack.
Happen.
Ooh, can you parry a? I don't know if you can parry it. But let's check.
I thought because it's a sword roll.
It's a fair point.
Well, it's a special melee attack.
Okay.
So let's just see what it says.
It should say. It always usually says
melee optional special attacks. Well, so you wouldn't be able to parry it, I don't think, because you've already done an opposed roll for evade. So you can't parry and evade the attack, can you?
I suppose, but I didn't
It cannot
choose
be dodged
to
or parried.
evade.
It says it cannot be dodged or parried.
Does it?
Okay.
No. I literally am looking at it. Oh no, it does say it right there.
The first paragraph, yeah.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
he's
doubled.
doubled.
Effective way you can attack. Work together with another person. If you topple the opponent, your friend can attack the opponent before they get up. Sweet.
Prone attacks against a prone target, of course, are made with a boon and score an extra d6 damage.
Wow.
Kumbaya, my love. And is it a round of combat? Or just one person gets it? Does the dog get the prone?
It'll just be until he gets up on his turn, probably. So the timing isn't great because he'll just get up after you, but
Well, the dog as well.
off his horse, isn't he?
Right. Go on then, Hoisin.
Right. Okay. Here we go. This is exciting. This is a strategic masterclass by Marcel Dubois. I'm just checking because I have other abilities. Again, this is the moment to strike, but I don't think my other ability is going to necessarily help. I've already got burn from what it actually does. Bear with me. I've got too many tabs open. So the other one is using the old ill-tempered. To get a boon on the rolls. No, but you can't double boon, can you?
I don't know how that would work.
You can if you're cancelling out a bane, I guess.
Yeah. Just, I wonder if you could, but yes, there's no point if you've got a boon.
Oh no, I think you can get double boon. You roll 3 dice.
But that's just a hit, though, isn't it? Then
I think I read that somewhere.
Yeah, but you make a chance to crit and stuff, I guess.
Just double advantage.
Yeah.
I wonder.
What do you wonder?
Well, yeah. So the question: do I burn that on that to try and get this hit that we've already got a little advantage on? I guess if I miss, it sucks.
Don't fucking miss. After
What
after what Marcel just pulled off and the level of excitement it delivered for me personally.
Double boon seems
Do
over the
not
top, but then
miss.
this is maybe the moment to be over the top. You know.
Yes, it is. This is your moment to be a big damn hero.
After one, but I don't know how I'm going to hit, and I'm still going to roll like 4 damage. Like that's kind of the thing, right? It seems like a lot to put on the hit when the damage you can't do much with.
I might also suggest that there are special attacks, such as find weak spot.
Oh yeah. Yes. Here we go. Now we're cooking because that gives you a bane, doesn't it?
It gives you a bane, but should you already have 2 boons? I've got to say that is knightly combat to a T.
Yeah, this is the stuff. My weapon is piercing. It's a spear. Great. Great. Cool. Enemy. If it hits, the enemy counts as armorless.
Whoa!
Booyah! Right. Okay. Doing that. That sounds fucking fun. Right. Okay. So I.
Do not fuck this up for me.
For you. Oh, I'm going in the stockings if this all goes tits up. Right. I am. With the knight toppled to the floor.
Helena hay basket. It's like, I'll go to the stockings.
Hoisin zeroes in, uses his duck vision to pinpoint a weakness, classic Terminator style. And also at the same point, rages with just ill-tempered Mallard rage. A flurry of max.
So ill-tempered.
So ill-tempered. All right, this is exciting. Here we go. 1, 2, 3 of those. Great. Okay, here we go. So I'm rolling. How do I roll with 2 boons?
Well, you're losing 1 boon.
Yes, it's just boon. Yes, just roll with a boon. Here we go. No pressure.
Ooh.
Whoa! Oh, shit. Ooh. Cool.
Good thing you've
It's a
got
hit.
17 on your spears now.
Yeah, couldn't be me.
Great. Cool. Okay. Well, he found a weakness. What's it got? Plate armor? I guess I always felt like it's under. I felt like it would be under the kind of the joints there. You felt right.
Normally, eye slit. Well, he's got no helmet, so just the face and then the neck, I guess.
Well, that feels somehow worse than through the eye slit, just like
his face.
Yeah. Well found. Well, I will attempt to parry this.
Fair. He's prone. Can he definitely parry when he's prone?
He can. I've double checked.
Bullshit. Well, this is a.
He's got a fucking shield on the ground. Of course he can parry.
He's got actions to parry? Oh, he's got defensive, hasn't he?
He's got defensive.
Little shit. Oh, what? I finally get a thing?
Look, eventually he'll run out of willpower and you'll all stab him to death unceremoniously. So just
No.
just be patient.
I know it's I mean, it's fair. It's still a very cool moment if he parries it.
What does defensive do?
Lets you parry even though you've.
taking an action.
Yeah, you can parry even though you've taken an action and stuff. It's like your dodge thing, but for parry, basically.
Oh, that's well easy to pull off, isn't it?
Yeah, it's what I've got.
Was that a willpower action or just an action? Actually, he's not got no action next turn now, or he's.
That is willpower, so he's.
Because it's a free It's a free parry, but he's always
It's a
action.
night thing.
Yeah. I mean, it's probably good he parried that because I don't know how much HP he's got, but based on how big the pools are in general, that could have been a single fatal strike.
I'm annoyed.
Yes.
I'm quite annoyed.
I parry his parry.
Can I parry his parry? I can't do shit about that.
Do you,
I mean,
is
you dodge every attack. You that's how it
Yeah,
goes.
but I'm a hero, baby.
You have piercing right on your spear.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can't damage his shield.
Right.
I would ask you to roll for damage, but
I thought you were jumping in to help me out, but no, you were jumping in to rub the sword in. Is what you were doing. Well, that is very.
yeah, you can't break a shield by stabbing it with a spear. Sadly.
I'm going to roll damage for funsies.
Okay. Don't waste a good roll though. Don't waste it. Oh, you wasted it.
Oh,
and there would have been an extra D6 on that.
And
as
an
well.
extra D6. Brutal. Here comes a 6.
Yep.
Oh, we called it. 21 damage, ignoring armor.
Me.
Oh, that'd be like just a regular old monster attack against Marcel.
I think the spear goes almost through the shield toward his face.
Nicks his ear or something.
Yeah, as he hears the mad quacking.
Yeah.
Well,
It's
continues.
because it's not happened in the game yet. It's a pretty harsh one to stomach, but it's fine. The dog will finish him off. It's fine. Can the dog still count as armorless? Right. That was awesome, but annoying. I don't have the dog attacks now. I think it just rolls. Do you have the dog stats? I can't remember.
Yeah, is it? They've got brawling.
Yes.
It's a crit with the dog.
Sweet.
Of course, I rolled a crit against myself.
Hey, and
Only his first roll.
the dog's still going to get an extra d6 on the damage.
Yep.
Yes, that's true.
Yep.
But it does ignore armor or not?
No.
Oh, because he's not finding weakness.
No. He wouldn't have got the hit, would he? Yeah, it's bite. Its attack is bite, so it's skill level.
Up the eyes, boo.
It's just damage is a D8 plus D, so a D8 and a D6.
Damage is possible.
A D8 and a
Possible.
D. Okay, yeah.
The D8 is D8 damage, and then wait, what's that? Oh, that was
Oh, I did too many.
But then what does the crit get?
I should roll the. Oh, so I have done it right actually because I've rolled D8 twice.
Cool, and a D6. So it's double damage plus a D6.
Yeah, so that's 11 damage, which is
That's not bad.
minus the 6 armor, so
Yeah.
that is 5 damage. That's pretty
Better
hefty.
than everyone else this turn.
Sure is.
Well, you've pretty handily distracted him. It's that action economy.
Yeah, it's true.
Makes so much difference.
It all just depends how much willpower he has in the pot.
Right,
Yes, and how much we have.
let me shuffle and then bring him back to the top.
Why is Marcel always at the bloody end?
He hasn't reset it yet. Oh no.
No, he did. I saw it all move.
Well, he stands up. Hooray.
Hooray.
Hooray. Wait, why
And
is his
surrendered.
health? His health has not gone down.
Oh, there's.
Whose health did I think I might have moved Marrow's health by accident. Yes, I
Ah.
did.
Oh, all marrow.
He's not going to get picked up and thrown across a cavern in this fight,
No,
probably.
that wouldn't happen twice, would it?
Let me think. What would Tylos do in this moment?
Surrender.
Surrender and be summarily executed by these heroic players.
If he
Oh
surrender
wow,
again,
you guys are so cool and heroic.
I love the
give
bit
up.
where you just attacked me like chumps in the street.
again, if he surrendered, yeah, we wouldn't have to kill him. He has to be apprehended. He can doesn't have to die, but he probably will.
I mean, I would actually really like it if at some point in this fight, when he seems weakened, Hoisin shouts, "You don't have to die! Surrender and we'll bring you to justice!"
Yeah. Well, I can do that.
I think he does. I think he is shouting at you, the fact that you shouldn't be fighting each other. You have a common enemy.
Yes, you.
If you believe I'm the one who will bring Misty Vale into darkness like Sathmog will, then you must be
but-
evil.
Others will be stopping him with methods that do not involve torturing innocents and burning them at the stakes and slashing their faces open.
Oh, you mean the Sathmog followers lurking in the forest? I assume if you've met one of them, I pray that you, after this fight, you go and check to see if he bears the mark of Sathmog, and you will find it as clear as day.
Well, we'll see.
Fine, he will go for the double slash again.
Of course. It's a classic.
A classic double slash. It hits. Are either of you evading or anything?
Well, what do you know? We are going to attempt to parry.
Actually, I need to.
We're going to defensively parry. And the battle of attrition between the knights continues.
Shield wall.
Where's it got now? Yep, thank you. Yeah, man, son of a bitch. There's where I fail. I've been rolling too well. Oh, no, it's okay.
Yeah, God, now it really is clear how much of a battle of willpower this is.
Yep.
Well, I'm now depleted, so I'm hoping you too.
Go on then, Hoisin.
Okay. Fata. Dodge and spear. Fata. 21 damage. Here comes fuck all.
It's a hit.
Okay, that's a good start.
It's a hitty hit. I think I will parry this because it will have more damage, I feel.
How much? I mean, how much? Yeah, -3. Is this 3 per the action? Is that the same as us, or is he
Yes.
got some kind of? Okay, so quite a lot he's burning then.
Parries
Jesus
you.
Fucking Christ!
Next.
Tell me he must be out by now. That's a lot. He's used about 12.
I can't tell you that.
He must be.
I can't let you see behind the GM screen.
I wish you were streaming. I could see it there. Well, did you? I never did, but I was
Stream snipe me.
When you put it on YouTube, you can see what you're doing. Was that always the case when you were streaming live on Twitch?
What do you mean that I put it onto
when
YouTube as well?
when it's on YouTube, when it's always on YouTube, you can see all the stats from your side. You can see your screen.
Yeah,
basically.
yeah,
or when
yeah.
you stream on Twitch.
Same thing. Yeah, recording. It's recording my screen. So yeah.
Should have done it. Should check the screen more. I didn't even think about it. Good on me. Oh my great.
I mean,
Right,
would that make you enjoy the game more?
Would, knowing that this ridiculous man is blocking everything. All right, it's fun though. How it should be.
All right, go on, Archibald.
I mean, I could try and run in and heal someone, but I don't think it's going to be as useful as.
We're not injured yet.
Oh, I thought you just took a hit. My bad. All right.
No,
Well,
dodged, but didn't. He parried my hit, my riposte.
Roger that. Well, it's another fireball. Sadly, not at a prone enemy.
That's a hit.
Come on now. So I'm still waiting for mine to load. Very good. Very good.
Yeah, good.
And I have to roll high, or his armor will stop it. Well, I mean, his armor comes in halfway in a 2d6, but if I roll that, nothing happens.
Yeah. His shield wall is intact.
At least distracted.
Marrowbone still going in with the brawl, I imagine.
Yeah, let's do it. Critty. 2 crits.
Can Marrow steal the kill?
I feel like he's double crits. Oh, it's a good hit though. Good on him. D8. I mean, it's hard to do damage now with just 1 D8. That's pretty hard.
Yeah, he doesn't chew through the vambrace. Right, Sir Marcel.
Sir Marcel hot swaps to his sword, which feels weird, but is a free action. And attempts to stab him.
Mark.
You know, I'm really missing that 17 now. We're gonna re-roll that. We're gonna become angry. We're gonna hop. Yes.
It is a hit.
Oh, it's not bad.
Oh, enough. Yeah. I mean, it's as good as the dog, but you know.
On the prone target.
Yeah, but who made him prone?
11.
Oh wait, you did.
Yeah.
It was a fucking sick combo. I mean, it's almost
It was cool.
it's almost better he parried it because it's cooler, but yeah, we've not had a proper, like, you know, basically get a good rally in tennis, isn't it? It's like, you know, proper little go of it.
Well, he does take a big chop, a big cut across him, but he's still standing as we move into the next round.
Just maintaining that first slot every
I was
round.
going to say, does he hold it forever?
I was literally about to say he will use another will point, willpower point, to hold his place at the top of the.
Rather
initiative.
inconvenient that he started on the top of the round, really, isn't it?
I think he has 400 willpower points. Not ideal.
How do I stop you from being in the
You
top.
definitely keeping track of his willpower, yeah? You're not just like, you're not just eyeballing it. Like in America, they measure their shots.
Time to get on my wick, Mick.
Michael.
I did promise myself I wouldn't complain, but this willpower bullshit.
Oh, I'm sorry. Who's taken damage so far? Is it 3-4 of you, or is it the one enemy you're fighting?
Yeah, he's against 4 people. He should be taking damage.
What more do you want?
Not infinite willpower.
It's not infinite. It's finite. You just don't know how much it is. He could be out right now.
Well, I thought that 2 turns ago.
But it ruins the immersion if I tell you exactly what his HP and willpower is.
Put his stats on the screen, and his family history, and all of his
Get Tylos to stab him.
traumas.
Click on him, press inspect, and then I want to see all of his stats and all of his favourite meals.
Is he any allergies? Any allergies?
Don't know why I'm doing the Keir Starmer voice, but
Mr. Speaker, I want to be able to click on any unit in the game and see tool tips.
yeah, it's those tough decisions.
Yeah.
It's those tough decisions that we need to see. Those bloody willpower points.
Bloody disabled people out on the street. That's what we need to see.
Absolutely.
And then Michael will finally maybe be happy.
Yeah.
We all know that's what Mikey's been after this entire time.
He's so anti-Pip.
That's it.
We can see the poster in the background.
It's a map of the.
and his placard. He's got his placards.
Labour supporters nationwide. The disability benefit scheme is inherently broken and unfair and evil and exploitative already. Okay, we'll get rid of it. Just take it away. Don't like your benefits? No more benefits.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, Tylos is gonna try and stab little Ducknado. He will not double slash this turn. Read into that what you will. If reading into be needed.
I'd rather not, to be honest. I'm enjoying the scene.
Would you rather maintain your gripe?
Oh, I will maintain my gripe. No, I promised myself I wouldn't complain.
I will maintain my gripe.
You failed so dismally, it's hard to put it into words.
Took a little while till I failed.
Well, he does stab, and I know you can't dodge. Unless you want to dodge in the new round.
You can't see my motherfucker.
I can see your willpower, yes I can.
How's that fair? Right.
Oh my god. We've reached a point where Mikey thinks it's unfair that the DM can see his stats.
But also, you said last turn.
It's rigged. It's rigged.
You said last turn already. I just listened.
Yeah, good on you. Yeah, I mean, we've had a little sniff at his dam. What was he rolling? Let's metagame a bit, shall we?
It's a 2d8 damage longsword.
Yeah, so we could pretty easily fell me.
It should be plus d4 for the strength bonus, but I haven't done any damage yet, so I haven't had to use it.
Okay, well, I'll use my turn on evade just to it's a worthy thing. Take the
Tank the
hits.
one action. Yeah.
This was always this was the first Inception. He was a jumpy little jump around, take a stab when he could. So I'm happy with it. It's I mean, if he succeeds, how can you fail on a 15? Eh? Oh, very nice. Sweet.
Well, I think seeing the I think he's been cut, he's breathing heavily, he's holding his sword and his shield.
A doctor's backflipped over his head.
He's looking from Marcel to Hoisin to this bloody dog that's gnawing at his legs to the tree line that seems to be shooting fireballs of middling strength at him. And I think he plants his long sword in the soil, in the dirt. And he says, if you think that I should die, if I cannot be of service in the fight against Sathmog, then you can take my life. And you will lose a mighty ally in the fight against Sathmog.
I mean, you didn't hit any of us, so I wouldn't say mighty. Yeah. Ineffectual ally, perhaps.
It was an honorable battle of wills. I hate to see a fellow knight brought so low, but your methods in these lands are unacceptable. We will accept your surrender. We do not
Marrow
take
rips his
your
throat out.
life
Marrow,
the
no!
same way that you would of all of your foes.
Agreed. A fight worthy of the ages, but you must pay for your crimes and be incarcerated. But if you truly believe in your mission to stop Sathmog, we could surely use your knowledge and information to inform our mission to do the same. Surrender now, and you shall live. And we shall defeat Sathmog. Right.
If there is a chance that you allow me to bring my sword against the throat of any of Sathmog's evil servants who wish to destroy all of the Misty Vale, then I accept these terms.
Yes, if we can definitely prove they're the ones, not the ones you imagine they are, then yes, we'll point you in that direction.
Well, luckily for us, they normally brand themselves, which makes it very easy, including your friend over there in the forest.
Well, as always, I'm very confused over who's telling the truth and not in this world, so I'm just gonna move forward with my blind ability. Marrow, stand down.
Well, usually the ones who have a swastika tattooed onto their forearm is usually the baddie.
Sorry, when did this happen? When were the swastikas on arms? I've missed something.
I mean,
The
we did
Sathmog
have come across
brand.
branded.
What?
The people you found who were hanging from the tree had the brand in their arm of the
I thought he did that.
Sathmog symbol.
He did that.
No.
Where's your proof?
Well,
That's what I wrote down in my notes.
I think that rather is the question. Is it's still everything in this bloody place is uncertain.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, it's not completely mad that, like, if we didn't see who branded them, it's perfectly possible, in a sort of Inglorious Bastards way, that they've been carved into the victims post-mortem.
That was always my understanding.
Well, maybe I guess it wasn't clearly described, but I think if you did look at it close, they weren't exactly like... It wasn't like Inglourious Basterds where it was like fresh cuts. They were definitely like, scarred.
Yeah, they'd been there for a while.
But I think whether or not, because we had insight from the elves that like it was, and actually from the other night that his overzealous nature meant he was most likely stretching his inquisition far beyond what was provable.
Is he trying to say that Iliel, the elf in the bush, is going to have a Sathmog? Is that what he's trying to say? That
No.
The ones in the forest were
just the ones that were hung up. The other one.
The geezer, what's his name? Ossiar. The guy who asked you to help his friend.
Okay. Yeah. No, cool. Brilliant.
Sir Knight, we I hope I do not speak out of turn with my allies, but I believe you could still be of use in the fight against Sathmog, but you must recant your ways. This overzealous manhunt for anyone you suspect, it is simply not knightly.
Archibald attempts to emerge gracefully from the bush at this point and entirely fails. And trips over a branch and just kind of face plants into the grass, picks himself up, ruffles down his cloak, and he goes, I quite agree with my fellows here. Knowledge is power, and we need all the power we can get to defeat Sathmog. And much as we disapprove of your incineratory practices, any further intelligence you could provide on the Safmog cultists in this area might be a very fine way to start our newfound cooperation. Or should I say, slightly rebalanced cooperation.
He just spits blood onto the ground, and he says, "So you condone my methods, but you would still use the fruit of it."
That's about the size of it, yes. Heroes throughout the ages have profited from the brutality of lesser men. We are no different. We have paid for your sins by teaching you the error of your ways. I'm sure my friend Hoisin here could repeat the lesson if you require it.
Poke him in the side with a spear.
And there your knightly friend was there trying to tell me what was right and what was wrong. And now you are telling me that we are actually no different.
I think Marcel just trots off.
His
chivalry utterly wasted.
We bind him with rope hemp 10 meters, gag him with my tent large, chuck him on the back of the wagon.
Surely you need your tent large to sleep in.
I couldn't think. Sleeping fur. I'd gag him with a sleeping fur.
What, you going to take a bait at you on your camp roll, are you?
Wow, something to shut him up.
Look, you literally just said to him, heroes throughout the ages benefit from
I didn't say
all
that.
sorts. No, Archibald did.
I'm inclined to agree with Olly on this one. I don't need to bag him. You know what I mean?
We have to restrain him, surely.
Yes, it would probably be wise to restrain him for now, but I'm not sure we need to gag him and put a bag over his head and
I never
maybe strip him of his armor, take his shoes off him, and ride next to him on his horse.
Yeah.
Oh, the horse.
Do like
we should release the
like
horse?
Like Alcatraz rather than Abu Ghraib, you know.
Yeah.
No electric.
He's surrendered, and we'll take his weapons from him and lead him on. And I think that should be fine. He's wounded and been bested by 3 champions.
And Marrow.
I think he was counting Marrow as one of the champions.
He may have done the most damage.
She may have the most damage. What about the horse? We just let it go to the wilds? Do we bring it with us?
No, we should definitely take the fucking horse. It's worth like 1 million gold.
I know. I'm assuming we can't just.
We are not bandits.
Use the horse now. Is what I'm. Yeah.
This horse belongs to the knight until there is further notice. We did not begin this so that we could rob fellow knights of their
Exactly. But
animal companions.
Middle ground, set it free.
I think the sensible thing to do would be just to bring it with us for now.
Sensible, schmensible.
I mean, we're saying that he may be able to help us in the future.
Yeah.
Like, will you join us in the fight in the future with Sasmug? Would you still do it if we steal your horse, or maybe just give it a slap on the bum and send it off? Will you still help us then, Sir Knight?
For shits and giggles.
It's like we're just bullying him, trying to see how horrible we can be to him before he no longer wishes to be.
Why don't you all stop being total bastards and just bring the prisoner to the town?
Because it's like, you know, if he drove a little tank thing that could shoot people, we'd fucking take his tank away. You bring the horse, he escapes, he gets back on the horse, and we're back to square one again.
Okay. So you still want to help us, maybe, even though we turned on you without provocation and tried to kill you. Gotcha.
No,
What if we took your most valuable possession and just sent it away?
To be
Look,
fair, that's just the
we're
rule
still
book.
going to bring him along as a prisoner.
Yes.
And we will ensure that he cannot get on his horse and ride off
Fine.
and lance us in our sleep because we're not
Perfect.
idiots. But we don't need to cut off his hands to do that.
I didn't say cut off his hand.
Oh, there's an idea.
No. No.
They might make wonderful alchemical ingredients.
Hands of the knight. Fine. Okay. The horse is being led by the donkey. The knight is tied up in the back of the wagon. The elf is riding up. Oh, I do put the elf on the horse though, just to really piss him off.
I don't think
She
he's
gets to ride the horse.
racist.
What does it mean? I didn't say what.
Get that dirty elf off my horse.
I'm just more that he thought she was a Sathmog person and was all bent out of shape about it.
Well, he took her for interrogation.
Hmm.
You can see what he actually does to Sathmog people because there's the burnt at the stake person. But
Indeed.
yeah, I mean, it's much of a muchness, really. Like, you've got him prisoner, so I don't think there's many more slights that he will tip him over the edge into not wanting to, hold up his end of the bargain. Ultimately, all he cares about is
Love it.
fighting Sathmog. So,
Groovy tunes.
Yeah, I kind of want to just hand wave the journey back, considering you have boons up the wazoo now.
You mean skill point generation journeys?
Oh yeah, good. Well, I mean, do you use bushcraft for anything else?
Do I ever upgrade my swords, no matter how much? Can we expedite it as much as humanly possible, but still run through the rolls?
Should we do one? Treat it as one leg then, shall we?
Let's do it.
You mean one attempt to earn a skill point?
Yeah.
Well,
one pathfinding and one. Yeah. So let's do 1 day travel. Let's do 2 pathfinding rolls and you're camping.
Right. Roger that. Right. It's Boonecraft.
Boonecraft. Yep.
Boonecraft.
All right. Successful
Assemble.
Boonecraft.
Great. And another one.
And then, it's all of us for the sleep, or is it another?
It's
walkie?
it's two walkies a day.
2 walkies.
Like a responsible dog owner.
Yeah. I'm just going to do one these days.
See, that's what I'm talking about. All these perfectly middling rolls that do indeed waste our time.
Should we roll as well?
And then it's the 10. So it's everyone.
Bushcraft 10.
Ooh, tent large.
And that did we establish? I can't remember where we left it. If the 10
Yes.
is also boonful.
No, it's just not Bane. That was the.
Okay.
Just not Bane.
Just not bad.
10 life. 10 life.
Well, aren't we good at that?
Yep.
We are very good at that.
Expedited. You approach outskirt
Hey!
with your prisoner. Unless you want to do any kind of scene with Tylos around the campfire, any attempts to talk to him at all.
I think that might
Any discussions amongst the party?
It would be good.
I
Probably
think
confuse us more, but
I think Iliel the elf
Hmm.
would wish to stay in the Iron Forest and rejoin her friends.
Oh, of course, yes.
Yeah. Do we have any resolution with them? Like, just even if it's just a, hey, thanks, lads. You're a good bunch.
I mean, I think she will give a hearty thanks, and meld back into the trees.
Not
That's
for being
fine, I think,
chased into the forest by Mikey saying, "Where's my gold?"
I'm a hero. I need gold. Danger is his
yeah,
reward.
yeah.
I need gold. I want to buy spell books.
You can sell the horse and you're off.
You two are too noble to sell horses.
I want to let the horse off in the wild. Why don't we give the horse to the elf? They bonded.
Look, it's alright. I don't want to bring it back up. It's fine. We're back at the town.
No, we'll do
The
that.
horse is in tow, and we.
We should do a campfire soon.
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah, campfire.
Yeah.
scene.
Just get more
And
people.
action.
Crackle, crackle.
Don't
crackle,
have a cool
crackle.
campfire scene.
Archibald pulls out a harmonica of burnished copper and attempts to play it with a performance of 5.
Hey.
Ooh. Can you get some fish and make up for all of this nonsense? I think that might be nice, actually. Might actually be a good thing.
Yeah, you've got that third shift.
And you know the fishing, like it always. He always catches the fish. That's what they say about Marcel.
That is what they say about Marcel.
It's so
Across the
statistically
land.
improbable for me to have failed the last 5 fishing rolls in a row with a 12.
You did catch a little fish, didn't you, at some point?
That was, yeah,
It's tiny,
maybe
it's
4.
tiny.
So Marcel's gonna do a little fishing.
Do a little fishing. Hey.
My God, I need to go and check how many fish I catch because I've forgotten because it happens so rarely. Talk amongst yourselves. Feel free while I do
Just
my fish.
one small pilchard.
I mean, Hoisin talks to Tylos, I suppose. Can we do that while the fish is happening, or we should wait?
To the sound of the harmonica.
That was a harmonica.
I can go and get my harmonica if that would help.
Yeah,
but,
that would help because
Yeah.
whatever noise you're making there is certainly not a harmonica noise.
All right. Well, give me a moment.
No, that's like a mini trumpet, like a small
it's very
trumpet. And that kind of melodic.
Yeah, I think Archibald's role is dependent on how well Alex can play
well,
harmonica. Just like the puzzle tests.
Oh, there we go. This old man, he played knick-knack on my shoe. Waiting. I had a snippet. There's noise cancelling headphones cancelling out the harmonica sound.
Did you not hear any of that?
No. It is. It is.
Are you fucking joking?
I had a little blip and it went out. It sounded very yeah. It's too good. Your technology is too powerful. Oh, yeah. Oh,
No.
little a whiff of a harmonica.
Unbelievable.
Great, huh?
Spent ages learning to play that like 10 years ago.
Oh, this was finally a moment. You got noise cancelled out.
Got cancelled, mate.
Get noise cancelled.
Bloody noise cancel culture.
I remember
Yeah,
that in COVID when we used to do like when everyone did quizzes,
Yeah,
like
I remember.
pub quizzes, and someone tried to do a music round, and yeah, it just didn't work.
Yeah, be an
Did
article
not
in the article in the Daily Mail tomorrow. You know, these millennials and their technology are cancelling classic instruments, classic
Bagpipes.
manly instruments from man history. Cowboys are dead.
The cowbell. That wouldn't get through.
I bet Zoomers don't even know what a cowbell is.
I know, right?
Marcel's caught 2 fishies, and I'd like to say, even though, because we're having a relaxed journey home, that I'd also like to have an opportunity to cook them. So as to further this campfire eating together scene.
That sounds absolutely lovely in a Final Fantasy 15 sort of way.
Yeah, but not like a glorious spread of food. It's just literally 2 small fish.
I never said they were small.
I just assumed they were. Am I wrong?
They
Am I
are
wrong?
2 rations worth of fish, and so that's.
Is that
half a fish
after
each,
cooking as well?
It's 2 rations before, and then I'm just reading it, and I think it remains.
The rations remain.
Yeah, I think it still remains 1 ration
Fine.
each. But like half a fish and some travel rations. It's not luxury.
Yeah.
But it's also Marcel's like second greatest achievement.
The first one was the toppling, I think.
It was, yeah, in all these years.
What
So
kind
I'm
of,
gonna cook with a boon.
what kind of seasoning do
saucepan
you
if I
have
may.
on hand?
Well, we discussed that Marcel doesn't have sauces, but he does travel everywhere with some herb de Provence.
We have the Provence.
And possibly a lemon. Never leaves home without a lemon.
Excellent idea. Good for scurvy.
Well, he has successfully cooked up some fish, and he will bring out the fish on whatever passes for crockery on our travels.
Shield. Tylos's shield.
Crack a
Yeah,
couple of
maybe.
eggs on them, my friend.
And say, not a great deal of time has passed since we were trying to kill each other, I know, but in the interest of beginning to repair the wounds, bring you this meal, and hopefully we may learn to cooperate in the future. And unbinds him to eat with whatever that look is, like here is your fish, but please do not try to kill me.
Do you give him any sharp implements?
Well, I think he'd at least get a fork.
Hey,
No, I think
He
I think
stabs Hoisin in the face.
I think
Son of
in
a
the interest of this, he would give him cutlery.
he can pick. He can pick. Come on.
Little white baits.
Yeah, little frittata,
No, they're two full-size tunas.
No, you got 2 sardines and you deal with it.
No, well, no, to be clear, what he's got is one large, delicious monkfish and a sardine, and it's Hoisin that's getting the bloody sardine.
Right.
The other 1.5 rations are all in the other fish.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe you should get like an eel like box, whatever they're called. Trap.
Yeah, I know what I mean. Yeah.
A fishing net is next because once the world has been saved,
1 sec.
Marcel the fisherman is.
And then you can
Whatever
hunt
it's called.
shark like in Black Sails,
Ooh.
That's quite a good life.
which
I
I am
wouldn't
actually
like to be-
rewatching right now. It's great.
I've been meaning to rewatch it for some time.
It is not to get sidetracked, but it sounds like Alex is being sidetracked. So I'll just say this: there are so many great spider/speaker characters in that show. It's unbelievable.
Oh, that's actually quite a good piece of research then.
It's like Jack Rackham and John Silver, but they're completely different, and also Flint. But he's also, again, completely different in how he uses.
Yeah, that's actually
That's
very good. Very good reference point. I'm looking forward to our pirate game.
Well, that made me think, actually, yes, Wild Sea could be a good one. Being the Forged in the Dark pirate-ish game.
That should get Daz back. Loves pirates.
There's also Pirate Borg, but it's not going to be that good.
Pirate Borg.
Pirata Bogue. There's still Scum and Villainy as well. Or my take on it. So anyway, somebody wanted to talk to Tylos, did they?
Yes. I'll open the conversation.
Up to our
Tylos.
ears in gloaters these days.
Tylos.
Gloat.
I must admit, there's been a bit of confusion on our side over people's methods and goals and ambitions. But do know that our main ambition is to stop Sathmog. We have a plan. We hope you're not getting in the way of that plan. I will just stress the main challenge we have to your methods are, it appears that you, in all of these efforts to retrieve the sword and defeat Sathmog, you would aim to bring back all the dragons, which would certainly result in a huge amount of loss of life when they return. And this is the main point of contention we have for your methods and your ambitions. We have our own way, which will be to retrieve the sword, defeat Sathmog, minimizing the damage to the humans and the people living in the world around us. I hope you can fall in line with this way of moving forward.
He eats his fish, looking down at the ground, throws some bones into the fire, and he says, "By your statement, am I to believe that you are not a student of history, Sir Mallard? That you do not know the exploits of the Dragon Emperor who we worship?"
I deal with the here and the now, Tylos. And the here and the now is to save lives and save the day and make everyone happy with little puppies and candy floss. I care not for the rigmarole of the past, only the bright future ahead of us when we defeat Sathmog and save the lands.
Oh, little myth and legends.
Ooh. What? I don't have any myths and legends.
No, Archibald just succeeded in a
Oh,
roll.
right. Good. Because I'm choosing to ignore it.
Lincolnly walking forward.
That's the character.
And just out of scholarly interest, you understand, Sir Tylos, what exactly is your understanding of the exploits of the Dragon Emperor, and why resurrecting those beasts is the best path to defeating Sathmog? On account of how I know everything.
Yeah. He says the reason why they called him the Dragon Emperor was not just because he liked dragons, but he managed to gain their trust and allyship. As the legend goes, dragon fire is deadly to demon kind. The dragons were key in defeating Sathmog the first time over 1,000 years ago. You may think you can defeat Sathmog all on your own, but tell me this, Sir Mallard, have you ever fought a greater demon in their own realm and all of their followers without the help of Dragon Flame?
No, because if I had, I'd be able to use that one thing I found in the first mission and have not been able to use ever since. It gives me a boon against demons. I think this crown that I've had for 12, 15 sessions I haven't used yet, I think that'll be enough. No, he doesn't, obviously. No, I have not, but I have belief in the spear and the sword and the spells and the dog's teeth and the power of the sword itself and our abilities to vanquish this threat without damning the lands to a life of eternal dragon hell.
Just before the back and forth continues further,
Sure.
With my successful myths and legends check, do I know if his understanding of those things differs significantly from my understanding of the true history?
So, let me paraphrase you some stuff from the actual book that you may know. So, Sathmog proclaimed a demonic realm in the world of humans that lasted 2 centuries. It was a time of darkness and evil. As time passed, the opposition to Sathmog grew until one day a young hero named Elladane managed to summon the ancient dragons charged with guarding the world from demonic influence. Mounted on dragon back, Elladane finally defeated the demon. Elladane founded a new empire based on the worship of dragons and their cleansing fire. You know how much he built because you find the ruins all the bloody time. In the autumn of his life, Eladane started to distrust and fear the dragons who had carried him to victory. Yeah, so I think nothing that you've heard or learnt, Archibald, would say in common folklore that the dragons were anything but the saviours of the Misty Vale. But the reasoning for the forging of his sword that contained the power of the dragons was because he started to distrust a power so great.
Mm.
So the sword just has the power of the dragons without needing dragons. It's kind of a theory.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, that's fine. And do we know? Seems like late in the game, but I guess this is very Game of Thrones exposition dump in the final season. Like how long has it been since the dragons then went away then, and what made them go away, and are they actually still around in some capacity, and or is that just far too big to actually know?
Well, it sounds like they were the guardians against the demons.
Galaxy.
So, yep, the guardians.
Guardians Against the Galaxy, the
yeah.
spin-off. It's probably like the Bollywood version.
Yeah. So with their job done, they would have gone to flown away. And as you can see to the north, the Dragon Fang Peaks, rumored to have to host the dragons, and sort of Tylos's plan was to find this great treasure in Fort Malus and offer it to the dragons in return for their partnership.
That didn't go very bloody well, did it?
No, well, the rumored treasure was, of course, gone, or was it? We did see the little glint.
Oh. Hey, we should go back.
And so, like,
Feels like the sword's important, you know?
yeah, well, that's the main mission. That's what the pieces of the statue will open the way to. But then, so do we? It doesn't sound like these dragons were going around and murdering everyone. I'm sure we were told that the dragons, if you brought the dragons back, they just murder all the humans and replace them. Does that still sound like that's what happened? Well, when the dragons were around, were humans persecuted and burnt to a crisp, or because then
No.
why did the dragons just fuck off? No. Okay. Well, why were we told that then?
Good question.
Thank you. You're asking the right questions. Who told us that? Let me find Leonora. Leonora told us.
Secret library or whatever they're called.
I think the secret library. Leonora told us that there is an order of dragon worshipping knights looking to locate the sword of Eladane and restore dragonkind and erase all humans. Fucking Leonora. I think she's been there. I think she might. I reckon.
I mean,
she's
the one
sat
who's
on
got
the
all your
side.
dragon pieces, statue
Yes,
pieces.
the one.
Yeah. Who said they might give us the sword?
No, she said she definitely would.
No, she said maybe.
And it sounded
God,
very
you know,
much like
I've really never been more shooketh to my RPG core than when you had her say, or like had the Leonora ever say, like, I personally wouldn't trust anyone who was buying them off you.
Ophelia, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's really very obvious thing to say. Oh,
Are we
I'm
currently
still. No, we're not in possession of fuck all. We're in possession of Tylos.
No, there's
That's it.
there's one
He's
more
our
thing
only
to get.
dragon piece.
That is Stallion, baby.
Well, he's not a dragon. There's one more to get. I feel I ask this question every time, but Leonora is part of the Truth Society, and they're different to the Knights of the Immaculate Flame.
Yes.
Good. Okay. Cool. Not interested in bringing dragons. I put might entrust us with a sword. There you go. Might.
That's precisely, I believe, what I said.
I know. I thought I had more on that. Yeah. Anyway, what's been done has been done.
So,
Fine. Yes.
any other questions for Tylos while he's
I
made
guess
you
I
look
would
a little bit silly?
These have made us look silly. That'd be daft. Just everything we thought we knew is probably not true. The only thing I don't want to give the whole game away, but I want to. There's obviously we found a lot about the island of Mist, so I kind of want to. Let's just ask him, I guess. Tell us what you know of the island of Mist, young Tylos, old Tylos, medium-aged Tylos. I don't know.
Tylos, perhaps.
Just Tylos.
Yeah, middle-aged Tylos.
Middle-aged Tylos.
Yeah.
Tyler.
Neither young nor old on his character sheet. Can you imagine if his character sheet said young on it and he's like 15? I'll take you down.
I'll kill you.
Really buy into this dragon stuff, you know?
I mean, it makes sense, right? He's edgy. He's like really into dragons.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah, he's
that's a lot of
easily
That
radicalized.
Like, imagine his avatar, his online avatar. Like,
God.
imagine his Steam avatar.
Yeah, what's Laurie's?
Oh,
I'm gonna check. I don't know.
With apologies to Laurie for me implying that he had Pepe as his Steam avatar.
I mean, he did send me what character he liked to make in Wild Sea, and I did do the sigh. So,
it's just some Sith stuff. There's nothing we can. There's nothing we.
That's
can
not a
haughtily laugh
character.
about
That's
there.
just a piece of concept art. Yeah. Tylos. Yeah. So he says, Isle of Mists. Yeah. Tylos tells you that the Isle of Mists is where Eladane and his Dragon Knights imprisoned Azrael Koth. The sort of first servant of Sathmog, who was made immortal, whom they could not slay. So they imprisoned him in a crypt under the Isle of Mists.
So you know what we know then. Fine. Cool. Just checking. Just checking.
And we think he's back, right? Because he's the one sending the bats.
He's back.
we the note is Azrael is kind of orchestrating everything. He's the kind of guy. Yeah, he's pulling the strings.
Yep. He's your Bin Laden.
Oh right, Jesus Christ.
Nice. Right, Hoisin, you get to be SEAL Team 6.
I get to be Chris Pratt.
Like Duck Team 6 again.
Yeah, don't see us. Very offensive.
Yeah, Squeal Team 6 maybe.
Squeal Team 6.
I can't wait for the eventual fight against Azrael Koth and the constant questioning of how much willpower he has or has ever had.
I think
And will have.
I think you're right. I think that's going to be a lot of fun.
Well, he'll be a demon, so I assume he'll be rolling more like the previous ones. Which again, I didn't like them either, to be fair. So
Oh, you mean the monster table?
Yeah.
Yeah, personally, Battle Against Tylos has actually been, although okay, look, it ended up being relatively uneventful.
Whoa!
It was my as playing as Marcel's favorite because it was very match
It's
safe.
some of our best combat.
Kind of see what would happen. So I liked that compared to the monster, or at least to have like a human enemy. So no complaints from me.
We never complain. That's why I do it. I've got to make up for everyone else.
Yes, he does have monster attacks. And
Well,
you are
then it shall
gonna
be my turn to complain.
and you are gonna love him.
Sweet. Well, big shiny
Right, I'll
sword.
take it all back. We're going to need that horse. I'm going to need a lance. And I'm going to need to do something.
Part of
We're gonna
underground
look like
encryption, do you understand?
Bollocks. I'm not going. Me and Tylos are going to ride off into the sunset.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
Like, you know what? This sounds rubbish.
Just hunt down those pesky cultists. It's easier.
Just go fish.
Look, Tylos, we're going to do what you want, but we're going to do it my way, all right? Now let's go on an adventure.
Oh, is it like a buddy cop? It's going to be like the new Rush Hour.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, where, Marcel's gone out for a fish and he comes back and there's an elf
Human head.
impaled on a stake, and he's like, Tylos, what have you been up to while I was away? Aww.
Yeah.
And he's gonna be like, sorry.
I don't know.
And then he teaches you how to do like an Irish jig from his, and you become less uptight. There, it's the.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah. Any more questions for Tylos, the prisoner?
Well, I did want to ask him about, like, if he.
You'd still love me if I were a worm.
That's pretty much it. Yeah.
Sorry, I shall stop being distracting.
No. If what he knows about Azrael Koth and whether they've tried to kill him. What do you know about Azrael Koth, and have you tried to kill him?
He tells you that the legends say the reason why they imprisoned him is because they couldn't kill him no matter what they tried.
Oh, sorry, I knew that. Yeah.
In kind of
I
like
didn't mean,
a Rasputin style, you know, tried to drown him, stab him, shoot him.
Nothing worked. It's always fun. I'll rephrase. He appears, by all our estimations, to have sprung his bonds and is orchestrating the current Magian uprising. Have you and your knights attempted, whilst hunting down apparent cultists in the woods, to cut the head off the snake, or at least re-imprison the head of the snake?
Put it in snakehead jail.
Yes, that's right.
He says the reason why it is called the Isle of Mist is because the magic that stops Azrael from escaping his crypt also stops anything from entering. If you or I attempted to enter the mist, we would not make it to the Isle of Mist alive. But
You know
it
what,
is
as well. You need the sword to get through the mist. We knew all of this.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, Ol.
I think you are away for this session, Alex. So I think that's absolutely fair to double check some of the stuff. I don't think you're actually.
But I think he will caveat that he will say like it's like obviously dragons are impervious to this mist. Dragon magic.
It's impervious. What do you mean it's impervious to them? It can affect them, it's sure. That's the whole point.
No, like the dragons, because they must have like set up the mist, the magical mist, to sort of defeat any lesser being or any demonic being.
You need dragon magic to get through. That's the whole kind of.
Yeah. So the sword or a dragon.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Yar.
Cool.
Well.
Did you like the fish?
It was actually rather palatable. Maybe a bit too much lemon. Maybe give me a slice and let me apply my own next time.
Yes, that's I quite agree, Carlos.
When we get
Quite a
back
palate you have there,
when we get
Spinner.
back, I'm actually planning on buying one of those little cloths that you wrap around the lemon, stops the seeds going on your food. No room on the mule at the moment.
Oh, like a German gymnasium.
Oh,
Where you can like rub
German
the lemon on the schnitzel.
Don't you say that name to me. It's been too
Sehr
long.
gut.
Yeah, well, it looks like we're all going down to London soon to meet a German gymnasium, so that's a good conclusion to reach.
That's great. Can we stay at yours, Mikey?
You
want 3 more kids?
Yeah.
Send the kids to their grandparents. We're having a boys' weekend.
Well, it's settled.
We'll bring the Warhammer, you bring the beer.
I'll get my lead-based Skaven army out. We can all get lead poisoning.
I mean, that's quite a hell yeah, actually.
Army, it's just whatever left still.
Yeah. And we'll see how much salt you can really mine. Since Warhammer is much more salt-inducing.
True, you
Not in
don't,
the New
you
World
don't, you
Order.
don't scratch down nearly as far into the surface of Warhammer to find the salt.
Yeah.
It's like those salt pans in whatever it is, Chile, where it's just salt for hundreds of miles.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Well, I guess you make it back to Outskirt, and we can start the next session in any sort of outskirty business. I don't imagine there's too much. You didn't earn much treasure, actually, did you? Really, this time around?
It's the horse.
No, not since the horse conversation has been put to bed.
Yeah.
Permanently.
Has it?
But yeah, what is your plan with Tylos then? Hand him over to Alphelia, or
Maybe that's a good starting point.
Yes.
Like, I guess it's not like there's a town hall and a burgermeister for us to go to going, look, we got this thing. So it's going to have to be a slightly more managed by us solution, isn't there?
also, can you trust medieval legal inquiries?
Arguably contentious, yeah.
Because I've also been rewatching Vikings, and there's a man on a rock who says what's what, and that seems stupid.
Yeah, you stand on the rock. That's that.
And Ragnar's like, he's the man on the rock. You do as he says.
Oh, man, I really must also have another rewatch of Vikings.
Black Sails is actually, coming out ahead for me actually.
Whoa! I mean, it does get bloody good.
But you know, I like the sneaky, talky characters, so.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I'll bump it. What are you watching it on?
So I had to get a 7-day trial to MGM Plus on Amazon.
Oh god.
Which is cool, but I'm planning to literally finish it within 7 days. I'm already on halfway through season 3, so
incredibly efficient.
I did skip season 1, but
I understand why, but I don't think I would. I think I would still. I feel like it's a part of the experience to see how it grows.
I did the last episode of 1 as the first episode because in America they have it on Netflix. The fuckers.
Pricks.
Yeah.
What do you mean they have it on Netflix?
They've got Black Sails on Netflix.
I don't know what that means.
One of the best shows of all time.
It's tremendous.
It's like Game of Thrones, but better, and pirates.
Sweet.
That's rather a large claim, I've got to say.
Stand by it. Because it actually has a good ending. It sticks the landing.
Are you saying that Game of Thrones didn't have a good... Can't even finish it. Can't even finish it.
Can't fish it. Well, let's do some little XP.
Yeah, a little XP. Are you still there? Yes, I'm still here.
I think you probably get 2 for showing up and defeating an enemy.
Sweet. Take one of it. I got my dragon.
And of course for fishing. And I will follow my
Vetted spears and
system of doing that. Look, I'm going to roll swords first because let's get that disappointment out of the way.
Can't waste time. This is your time.
Hey!
My throat.
Yeah.
Oh, God, it really hurts to do. But yeah, worth it.
I mean, you actually got to roll it this session. That probably makes the difference.
Yeah, that's true. And gotta say, very pleased with the technical fighting on show today. So maybe that's what it was.
Oh.
Right, we'll do the fishing.
Spears, nada.
No, of course. At least, why would he get better at fishing? He's
Raid. You got your swords. That's the. Oh, come
That's
on.
all that really matters.
That's mean. That evade roll is mean.
I keep forgetting that I gave myself brawling because I thought you just never know. You just never know. It could come in handy. Like, maybe you'll be disarmed. Maybe we'll get in a bar fight, classic. So if you could schedule one of those, Ollie, so I can roll it just once, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah,
Good
you'd like
persuasion.
you could have challenged Tylos to a. Is there a disarming
Okay.
attack?
There is,
Yes.
Because that would have been a really knightly duel if you both like disarmed each other and then were like just crawling on the
Fist.
ground, grappling and
Yeah.
The
And
dog
then
biting his ankles.
I'd really need a dagger to make it a proper knightly battle.
Ooh, yeah.
Where like 90% of all the knights that died was from a little boot dagger in the eye.
a little. What do they call them when they've got like the little bollocks on the end? Isn't it just a bollock dagger?
Yeah.
I am unfamiliar with that.
Well, I saw one in the Metropolitan Museum of Art in
Interesting.
New York City.
New York
City.
City.
As I walked around the armory bit, and Emily like left after 5 minutes, like, but you haven't even looked at the halberds.
According to Wycombe Hydaya,
And too bloody right, because pole arms are fucking cool,
Yeah.
as I've always said.
a
To anyone who
bollock dagger or ballock knife is a type of
Ballock.
dagger with a distinctively shaped hilt with two oval swellings at the guard resembling male
Ugh.
testes.
Oh, I don't like swellings.
Yeah, swellings.
It's a horrible thing to say.
That's unpleasant. I don't know what else to roll.
Swellings.
It could probably double as a good mortar though, and
I'm
pestle.
gonna roll persuasion. Have that.
Wow,
We did persuade him to surrender and join our cause.
with your swords and spears.
Well, yes, that's a method of
dogs.
persuasion, is it not? There was some talking. There's no rolling for the talking, but there was a little.
Yeah, being on 2
the
HP
Victorian
really
period.
really helps.
In the Victorian period, weapon historians introduced the term kidney dagger due to the two lobes at the guard, which could also be seen as kidney-shaped, in order to avoid any sexual connotation.
That's a bit of a reach, isn't it?
Fucking squares.
I guess they couldn't chop off the bollocks of the bollocks daggers as easily as they could the statues.
True enough. Archibald has learned absolutely nothing this session. He tried to get better at animism and didn't, and tried to get better at elementalism and didn't. Hello, Kitty.
Oh wow, yeah. If you hit that 18, wouldn't you get another bloody?
No, I know.
heroic?
Happen any time now. Wasn't there talk last time I'll leave another heroic D? Was that more for the final?
Wasn't
Yeah,
that
I
the
think
one we just got?
you'll get one before you go to the Isle of Mists
Great.
if you're brave enough to do that.
Nah, I think we'll
Attempt
give up at
that.
that point.
I think just setting up an outskirt, to be honest. And
I basically
fish.
like asked on the Dragonbane Discord, and as usual with these bloody games, it turns out everybody was home ruling it, but I didn't know that. So they were like, "Well,
we were. Is that sort of like we were the only paupers not earning heroic abilities in all of the Dragonbane universe because no one had written a bloody post about it.
yeah, we're really schmucks like not giving out heroic abilities."
And
no
no wonder it has been quite challenging.
Well, I mean,
at times.
it's the whole thing, isn't it? Like, who's right? Is it the people who have the home brew rule, or is it the people who wrote the book? But should they need to home brew?
It's tough to say now, and obviously that felt really good having that extra just little burst there for that, because that was potentially very tough combat. I think we had the edge from that, but it felt right because it'd been denied. Whereas that had been like the second or third extra one, it might have felt a bit kind of trite. So in that sense alone, I think it's worked well.
Yeah, I think that was sort of generally like you've got 3 dragon pieces. It's pretty good going. So that was for that progress back payment. Yeah.
Great. Well, let's roll some 18s.
No one going to take a non-combat based heroic ability, maybe?
Possibly, but this one was an absolute priority.
Yeah, mine too. What was that? What do I have my eye on? There's one. I can't remember what it was.
And I've spent most of this campaign spending my action every round on defense, so there was a no-brainer. But I think it's worth looking. Just trying to make sure generate situations where they can be useful. Like I actually really like the idea of crafting stuff and that sort of thing, but it might come up like once.
Yes, exactly. That's always a
And
problem.
then it's sort of a bit like,
Yeah.
so yeah, worth considering.
I haven't probably looked at them, to be honest, yet.
I remember what I had in my hand. Because when I wanted needed more willpower, so that's why I needed to build the willpower first. So there's just no point. I can't remember what it was though.
Yeah, you can just dump them into getting more like HP and willpower.
Yeah, you can take focus as much as you want. You could, yeah.
Yeah.
You could, but I wouldn't do that again because I do was thinking there was something cool.
Yeah, and then we see stuff like Dragon Slayer, extra D8 damage against monsters, mortal enemies,
Yes.
and it's I don't know. I don't know.
Things like Master Chef.
Yeah. I think
You
again,
Yeah.
might see the cooking food without rolling bushcraft.
Yeah.
That should be useful on the Isle of Mist.
oh, to be fair, right, all right. In my head, I thought Veteran was a 3 willpower ability. That's why I was so shocked how he could use. There's only 1 willpower to use it. That's less. Okay, that's less intensive. Okay.
Yeah, that was
was
said between 2 and 3 times.
Well, we shouldn't know that. It's metagaming. I don't metagame.
I think he had like 14 willpower, so I used that twice and then
A lot.
three
A lot of that.
three other abilities.
Same as Marcel. Absolute bullshit, that, isn't it? Absolute bullshit.
I have 10.
You're just like
What
any
are
other
your-
knight.
You're not a willful duck.
That's true. I definitely have my eye on ability. I have to remember what it is later.
They're not as defining as Soulbound
Which is
or
good.
anything.
Which is good. But I think also because they've been so scarce, it would have, if they get them every other session, yeah, it'd be fun to get Master Chef and all this stuff. But considering we've had one, it feels like it needs to be pretty impactful.
Oh,
Yeah, they've not been good earlier on.
There's
Yes.
another one. It's what's happening. It's combat, I'm afraid. It changes the game once again for Milo and
What is
Marcel.
it?
Shield block. Didn't spot this first time around. You can activate this ability when parrying with the shield to roll with a boon. Using this ability, you can also parry physical monster attacks.
Wow.
Cannot normally be parried.
Wow. Yeah, but that's just so on.
This ability can be combined with defensive, it even says.
And only two willpower cost. Yeah, I need actually one power ability to be cool because I always have 1 spare.
I mean, it's likely that that's what I'd end up doing just because it fits the play style that we've created, and also this. I just have this funny feeling that when we get to fight Big Dog, he might count as a monster, and I might.
Oh yeah, I did tell you that.
It'll be good for the psychology of the entire party if I don't spend the final battle going.
I tell you what, there is a lot of there's a lot of grumbling in these in this combats in these games. I don't know, it's because we have not played a sort of a trad game for our last campaign, so we've not been doing the round based combats, eking out your d6 damage.
I generally love the combat. I think there's just a couple of things have combined to make frustrating situations for me specifically, and I guess maybe everyone's got a slightly different frustration. Mine's just been a defense-based character that often doesn't get to defend is a frustrating experience. Other than that, I don't actually really have any complaints.
Mine is that I have literally one thing I can do, and the only thing that you can do to learn more spells as a wizard in this game is find a book or a trainer. And I have not been an engaged enough player to negotiate with the DM, to the GM, to create interesting ways for that to be part of the session. So it is on me. This is obviously a thing that you just have to house rule. Similarly to the other thing, is just speak to your GM and weave narratively appropriate opportunities to find spells into the game. There was a spell book in the Little Troll's Tower that I didn't get to have because I decided not to steal it, and then we didn't get it before we left. I think I asked to have it as an extra boon, and they said no because I didn't pass the persuasion roll or whatever. But there was an opportunity to get one, but only one, and there is no other way in Dragonbane to get any spells. So currently I have one spell. until the beginning of this session, I had one spell that was of any use, and no other meaningful choices in combat. There's also no magic-related heroic actions.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it?
Mm.
There's obviously Master Magician, but I assume that's just getting more magic, I assume.
Yeah, that's how you get. That's
Or Spellcaster.
I
I don't know. Yeah, no, it does say if you activate this ability in a turn, you can cast 2 different spells as a single action. So that's one definitely we want to get right.
I don't see that.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's pretty cool.
Oh, Master Spellcaster. I finally see that. Yeah, okay. So there's one.
There's one. That's still not a lot, is it?
It's a good one.
It's a cool one.
But you have to know multiple spells.
Yes.
Which technically I do. I have one other level 1 elementalism spell, which is the pillar thing that makes a pillar of rock pop up, and that's very situational. You know, but it looks like the spells get a lot better at level 2 and 3. So it is set up for you to get really powerful spells locked behind satisfying narrative beats. And I have not manufactured those narrative beats together with Olly because I'm too lazy and forget. But it is an interesting distinction with D&D where you just pick a thing from the list every time you level up.
Yeah.
Well,
I guess as well the flip side is in the low magic system you're not coming up against enemy magic casters at all, or there's no like counter spell wankers ruining your fun, or things being things being resistant to magic because everything's actually vulnerable to magic. I think it's always going to be like a plus to have magic over having a sword. It's just it's like a very flat system where there's not much movement up or down. But also, if this was D&D, Tylos would have had 140 HP.
Yeah,
and you would have been thwacking him for 10 rounds. So
yeah, and the brutality kind of remains there, where like, all right, we parried and dodged everything, but also, little duckling could have got its head lopped off in one go.
Wait, I'd have dodged it.
But if you didn't,
But I
yeah. Like cinematically,
2d8 plus 4 would kill you.
But I would.
like cinematically, that fight was probably very cool because it was lots of like, parrying and dodging and blocking and stuff, and
yeah.
it was only a
Disarming and
few
buckling.
blows that he took.
Yeah.
So I sort of feel like initially I was like, oh, that parry is so annoying because that thing we'd constructed was so perfect, and then actually it was like, nah, this is kind of like, I'm picturing the Elder Scrolls Online cinematic that everyone loves, you know, the knight and the ranger and the mage or Viking or whatever all fighting on the roof, and it's a bit like that. You know,
Oh yeah,
it's not one
fireballs
killing
flying
blows,
in.
it's just kind of like scrappy.
Yeah, it was very scrappy.
Yeah, I mean, I personally would lean more towards a system like this than a big chunky D&D game with lots and lots and lots of mechanics that are constantly trying to outbid each other. Because, you know, you say you're a defensive character that can't defend. It's like, well, I guess it's like there are things that will not be defended against, but you already have that heroic ability which will be able to do that for everything. So all you need is one upgrade to then be like, I can defend against something.
And that changes the landscape dramatically.
Yeah.
For sure. I mean, so
yeah, and you could have started
are
your
not
character
wrong.
with that as well, which is crazy.
Well, yeah, that's true. I mean, I wasn't to know.
Yeah.
Really, but yeah, you're right. He could have done, and then that would have been like the perfect tank, already. That would have. There still would be some things you can't block, and you know, I've got to make some exceptions for like, special magical monster attacks or whatever.
Yes, there is stuff that say you can't parry or block.
So yeah, I think it's also one of those things, isn't it? You play a game for the first time. There are some grumbles. If you did it again, probably feel way stronger and things would go smoother, with a few very small tweaks.
Yeah.
Like if we had bushcraft from the start or something.
A wolfkin ranger, you say?
Yeah.
But that's again good. That's the area that really feels like we leveled up like a lot Like for those first few, it was just trying to get the place was hell, and now as we progress, it's a bit more like that. That feels very kind of natural and good. That element of it.
Yeah, although now it's got to that because of the flat structure. It's got to the point where you basically
Yes.
solved that part of the game,
Yes, which is fine.
which means there's no point doing it really.
Yeah, it's a bit weird, but also that's kind of fine too, right? It's yeah.
Yeah. Because I think even
It's
I suppose
like
I
fast travel.
yeah, I suppose I still have to roll for random encounters though as well, which can be like fights and stuff.
Yeah.
I should probably at least do that maybe.
Yeah, I mean, we've also we invested massively into it. I think probably in an unusual thing, we had a difficulty. We've bought our way out of it instead of like in every other game being like a spyglass. Get fucked! I'll have a +1 halberd, thank you.
Yeah, or just nothing. Actually, I'm not going to buy a thing.
Yes.
Maybe a
We're going
health
to have
potion.
We're going to have the biggest bloody game with the gigantic list of things in it.
Yeah.
And there's going to be no way for you to get them unless that guy just says you get one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Plate armor in D&D? Ha! Don't make me laugh. Like 1,000 gold or something.
Yeah. Yeah. I think reading that Wild Sea starter kit, I was like, oh, I do miss the story games, the narrative side of it.
For sure.
Especially after so many weeks of this game.
Yeah, I think I'll be keen to also get back to something more Blades-esque, kind of on rotation.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Well, bit of bounce.
Yep.
Lovely stuff.
All right.
Glad you
Next
have a fab
time-
adventure.
Next time, Tower of Size.
I think so.
Woo, Terra Thighs.
Betcha.
And
Guys.
you'll also have to make a decision if you would like to stop at the Road's End Inn.
Do we go to the pub or not? What a decision.
Maybe there'll be a brawl.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll need to heal someone.
Oh.
Yes.
Fun
Well, yeah.
times.
We need to spend a while. Is it only a week? It's a lot, isn't it, to invest in that? Because we need to do it, but we also feel like we wouldn't stay here for a week in the middle of all this for you to learn your spells.
Yep. Sky's still blood red.
Yeah, but we have to because it's.
Maybe that can be our out of game discussion.
Yeah, have a combo.
Maybe.
Because it seems very restrictive.
Cool ideas to make learning magic work. Although
Yeah.
I'll need to reread how badass the level 2 spells are, because if they are mega, then
Yeah, but we'll level at some point. If it's not now, then you want to get them for the end of the campaign.
this is my fear.
Yeah.
Anyway, GG.
GG.
G and the G. Thank you very much, Olly.
Yeah. Lovely stuff. That resolved all very fun and cool and nice and well and still interesting.
I agree.
Oh, good.
I'm glad Mikey made an impulsive.
No stocks and stockings for me.
All right, cool.
Not this time.
Win-win.
GG, guys. I enjoyed it. Thanks, Olly. And catch you guys later.
See ya, pals.
Nighty-night.